We just had the launch of Managed Agents by Claude. It's hit the internet by storm. You just had a video that went pretty viral in quite a few hours, man. So congrats on that. I've been looking at it. You've been looking at it. It's a big deal. A lot of people have missed the point with this software in terms of what it is. It's like, I think just for people just to understand, because I think like that was a really awesome explanation. I would say that if you think about it from this point of view, there are some use cases where you wouldn't use it and some where it just makes perfect sense. For example, if you're actually like using Claude Code to build something and you're doing that manually, that's fine. But let's say you're building an application for a client. You can now build these agents that you can repeat in many different instances. And the best mental model, I think, to consider this is where you probably would have used N8N or Make.com previously to build an agent as very specific things. We can just leverage Claude to do that now. And you can do that whenever you want to. And once it gets those connections, like if you're somebody who's comfortable with, building out the MCP connections and doing a whole kind of, setting how often someone should run, and you want to use Myrtle, you want to use any of the softwares for that, you can do it all within Claude Code if you want to, using some of these services. I think what Anthropic's doing here is building out an ecosystem. They're making it a lot easier. And actually, if you're building out systems and you want control of what those agents are doing, maybe Nick and I building something for 10 businesses, right? And we want to use that same agent 10 different times. This makes this a million times easier to do. One thing I would say as well from Anthropic's point of view is looking at the dashboard, it definitely is built for coders. It is not built for somebody who's just coming into the, no-code universe. Like everything gives you an insane level. It's like a coder's room, basically. But if you're not familiar with a lot of the terminology, dude, your head's going to be spinning for a few seconds. I actually remember I watched the 60-second trailer and I was like, man, it was like, I actually finished it and I was like, what did I just watch? I was like, what did I just watch? Because it was basically just like this amalgam of screens and code and buttons. And I was like, I'm actually not sure what this does still. And so I had to go do some research on it and use it to figure out what was going on. And I think if it's taking me like more than a minute to kind of like just dig under the surface, it's definitely worth explaining and talking about on the podcast.